when I was preparing for this, the Lord gave me a couple of things to say, and I just want to prepare the groundwork for that, and because everything is going to be looked at through that lens, and maybe something that you haven't ever thought about or haven't, but I do want to bring that into the perception of what I believe God is doing. Number one, I do want to say that we have a tendency to elevate family to a level of that we want to have family as the pinnacle. Like the end is to have a good family. The end is to have an amazing family. But that's not really biblical. That's not even the truth. Family is a structure that God intends to use to promote kingdom. And so when we get sidetracked by family, we want a happy family. That's not what God intended family. Family was not intended for it to be a happy family. Families were intended like a river to keep the water in the banks, and then it flows. And family is supposed to be that framework that makes that happen. Next step is that when we think that our children are ours, they're not ours. That we're just, God actually gives them to us, that we may educate them as warriors in this world, warriors in the kingdom. And when we start abusing that right as parents and making them into what we want or taking control of our kids, what actually happens is a distortion of what the Father does. And so it's so important to recognize that our children, because once we're in heaven, we're not going to look at them as they're my kids, mom and dad. It's going to be we're all equal. We're all brothers and sisters in the kingdom. And so when you look at this, you have to look at my job is to create kingdom warriors that are going to grow up in a destiny that God has planned for them, and God placed them in my family for me to give them the best way possible to reach an understanding and maturity with God and to bring about their destiny. It's not about me. It's about what can I, as a father, sacrifice. That's why God has family. And doesn't. There's a lot of friends out there and a lot of people, but family is the one place where you forgive. No mom ever says my kid's ugly. No dad says my kid's stupid. Nobody says that. Why? Because you love your kids. There's a love that comes in a structure of family, which is representative of the Father in heaven. And so all this to be said is that we are going to answer the questions from that perspective, leaving part of that out that we in this world so much run after, which is basically, I want my happy family, I want this, I want that, which is not the goal. The goal is, are we creating people in this world, children in this world who are kingdom-minded, kingdom-oriented? Are we equipping them in this world to such a level that they are actually understanding the Father, they hear the voice of the Father, and they're actually going to be able to be obedient to the Father and do the things God called them to do? So that is where our heart is. That's where we feel the Lord is putting us to reveal to people that that's really what the whole structure is about. Okay?